is Neva? Where is Neva? Where is Neva? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is Neva? Where is Neva?
Everyone, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Where is Neva? Where is Neva is where am I physically, mentally, romantically, financially, and mentally. I think I said that right. I don't know. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in always. Thank you for coming to another episode. If you don't know me, I'm Jeneva, and I have a special guest today. And I'm so excited to introduce you to her. She's someone I love deeply. Now she's looking at me. And I'm just so excited to introduce you. So, who are you?
Hey everybody, my name is Tanisha. I am Geneva's cousin. Also, I am a photographer in the Seattle-based area, as well as a teacher, teaching photography to students, and just a creative, just doing anything and everything that I can get my hands into. So, that's a little bit about me.
Yay! Ain't she dope? I'm so excited. So the reason why she's on this episode, because I know you guys have been following my journey. Hopefully, if you haven't, go check back. But my journey of how I left last year, 2018, in December to April, I was in different countries for 4 months. And I'm doing it again. And guess who I'm bringing? And I'm so excited because guess what? This is her first international trip.
It is, guys. It is. It really is.
And I don't know, she can speak for herself. But for me, I'm nervous because if you guys know the shit I've been through and watched my previous episodes, you know I've been through some shit. Yeah. So, I don't need all that. I don't need all that. So, for her to come along and be like, Jeneva, I'm coming. And this time, we're backpacking. And we're going to be gone for 2 to 4 months, starting in
December 13th, so next Friday.
We're going to be in San Fran, and then we're going to Barcelona, and then we're going to Ghana. But we've been going through some shit already. However, we're going to talk about that. Yes. Anyways, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You doing
good? I am excited. I'm nervous. I am anxious. I'm everything, but I feel like I'm in good spirits. I feel like you are an inspiration, and I am so happy that I get to do this trip with you. I'm so happy we get to do it together, you guys, because, this is about to be an experience, and I feel like who better else to do this trip with me?
Wow, that means the world. That means the world, and I'm excited for her to join. Are you nervous? This is your first international trip?
Yes, so just to give you guys some feeling, I did not prepare the way maybe I should have, and that's just real truth. But
how many days do we have left?
8?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So,
and we're just now getting some stuff done too. So, but it's the fact that when you do something this big, for me, at least, it's like I'm letting go of a lot of things, and I thought that this trip for me was, it was gonna be easy. It was gonna be like any other trip that I've ever done, but this is international, and it's not the same, and the language is different, the food's different, the environment's different. So I feel like I need to go in and have a different outlook versus how I usually go into different, and go into vacations or whatever. And this is really not a vacation for us. We're going for months at a time. So, Jeneva, she caught me up on some things, and she really checked me, which I needed. And I'm great. That's why I said I'm so grateful. If you do these trips, do it with someone like her, because she's a traveler and she has way more experience than me. And I thank God that she's here, because I honestly don't know if I could have done this by myself. So I'm just saying, honestly, there's some things that you fill me in on, and I am forever grateful, because I feel like there's things that we don't know what's going to take place, and we want to mentally, like you said, be prepared. Right. Finances is a thing that I am I gotta have this in order. But I'm glad that, I have a cousin like Jeneva that just kind of she pushed me back to be like, T, it's not about the finances, it's about the mental too, like mentally preparing yourself for something, especially when you've never done anything like this.
Right.
So I think that now I'm in better spirits. We're together, we're getting things done, where we're, you know, talking through the process, things we need, things to expect and all that. So I mean, honestly, you're keeping my mind like at ease. Like, you know?
Well, her mind's at ease and mine's is all over the place, because I know prior episode, we still haven't got our visas yet.
Yeah.
So, anyways, talking about a little bit of what you said about getting prepared, I had to get on her about just mentally preparing herself, because she was really trying to get her finances together. But being that this is not a vacation, this is a journey, you have to take a break. And I recorded a video talking about the steps to be safe as a solo traveler, but those steps are good for you for when you travel, period. Like, take it easy, understand yourself, listen to yourself. Another question for you, and I'm really curious because we never talked about this.
Okay.
What made you be brave enough, after all the stories I shared with you about my crazy experiences, what made you brave enough to say, hey, I'm gonna go with you?
You know what? Okay, so one thing I will say is nobody messes with my family, and she told me some stories that really made me feel like I wish that I was there to have her back at least. You know, I mean, growing up, I feel like we grew up together and we did do a lot of things together too. So just naturally in my heart, it's like if someone that I know has hurt, it's like I hurt with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that this trip too, I was like, I've traveled, not out the country, obviously, and I've done things like this, but Jeneva has done things that I feel like is challenging our family to think outside the box, you know? And it's like, step outside your comfort zone. Like, you don't have to be in this box all the time. You can move around, you know, you can try new things. It's okay if it doesn't go exactly as planned. It's okay if it's hard. It's okay if you're afraid of it, you know? But the only way you're gonna know is by doing it and trying.
Stepping out on faith.
Exactly. And I feel like you stepped out on faith so many times, and you've been so open and vulnerable and truthful about your experience that I feel like I can do this with you. Like, I feel like you motivate me and you push me to do this because I want to step outside of my comfort zones. I don't want to always be comfortable. I want to know how to work through things and challenge myself to get better at things, you know, even things that I'm afraid of. So yeah, honestly, it was just your faith, it was your courage, it was your ability to step outside your comfort zone.
That's beautiful.
That allowed me, and I'm pretty sure others, the same kind of courage too. So,
wow.
Thank you.
That makes me, because I be thinking I'm going nuts when I'm on my trips. I be like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, nobody's gonna, I don't know. Like, she's brave for coming with me. I'm already crazy. So someone that's crazy enough to say, hey, Jeneva, I'm gonna join you, is like,
we crazy
kudos.
together.
I do want to let you all know, because yes, you guys know that's my cousin, but you do not know this is my first cousin. So this is my brother's niece. And if you know about me...
Your dad.
Oh, shoot.
It's okay.
This is my dad's niece. Like, this is my dad's niece. And if you don't know my story, my father passed back in November 2015. And that was heartbreaking. And that's her uncle. When I was in Kenya, back in February, right?
No, you left December, January.
Yeah. So back in December, January, I got a call from her telling me that she lost her father. And while we are going to do this trip, or I'm doing this trip again, and she's joining me, during that time, we'll be hitting your 1 year anniversary.
Mm-hmm. And our dads were brothers, by the way, too.
Like, if you didn't put that together, yes, our dad. I know I already said brothers, nieces, and whatever, but our dads is brothers, right?
Yeah.
How are you?
This year has been very interesting. It's been very challenging too. I have gone through so many different obstacles this year. But with everything that I've gone through, I will say, me and Jeneva had a discussion right before she left to her last trip, and I think that was a discussion we both needed. So when my dad did pass, Jeneva, even though she wasn't here, she was still present. She was still checking on me. She still, you know, whatever she could do, she was there. You know, not being here, but still trying to get stuff done. And I expressed that to Jeneva today. I just was like, she's always going. She's a go-getter. She will make sure she shows up for the things that she needs to, or the things she feels she should do. So, I feel like having those kind of people in your life who just check in on you and, you know, like, see how you're doing, because in something like that, like, I don't know if I gave Jeneva the same love that she gave me when her dad passed, but I feel like I seen, by having that same experience, I almost seen her. Like, it's like, it was like I went through the same cycle to put myself in her shoes and to understand what she had to do and the things that I even had to do that I didn't even think that I was gonna have to do, or I didn't think that I was gonna go through, or didn't think I was gonna feel. But it has brought me and her together so close, so much closer. And I am, you know, and I'm not just saying it because of Jeneva, I'm just saying it because that's really been the story. It's just everything about this year has made me go backwards and like understand,
revisiting that childhood trauma.
Exactly.
You got to.
So us starting that conversation that we had, and then to go through the same experience as you, and then to come to this end of the year being like, yo,
I'm dropping everything.
I'm letting go. I'm detaching.
I'm going with you.
And I'm going.
And we're crazy.
And I don't even care. We're taking backpacks and all, girl. I'm so used to, she knows, I dress up, I got too much stuff. So to really detach from everything that I own, to give up every piece of me to do this trip and really be like, I'm doing it no matter what. It's so brave. And I have to really
step out on faith.
Exactly.
You gotta step out on faith.
And honestly, this is where you should like kind of pat yourself on the back, because sometimes we don't pat ourselves on the back. We look for other people to do it for us. But I think sometimes when you see the things that you know you would probably never do ever in life, and you do it, pat yourself on the back, please, because this is an accomplishment. This is a dream come true. This is going to be a life changer, and I am so ready, and I'm so ready to take it with you,
Listen. And like, we gonna dig deep, okay? Yeah. Like, Tanisha, when she tells stuff, she revisits it. She scratches the surface, right? She said something about us talking about, we had a meeting before I left. And the meeting was, so before I left last year, I was living in DC. And when I was living in DC, I was going through a lot of dark things. Like, I was very depressed. I was in the dark. My mother was worried. She was talking about she was going to fly out to me. And it was bad. Not really many people knew, but I was going through it. And then I got in the car, took a road trip, stayed in Seattle for some months, and I packed my bags. But during the time, I had to revisit some childhood traumas. And I had to sit back and I had to think about things. And I had to open conversations that I didn't want to have. And so me and her grew up together. Like I said, it's my first cousin. And I was in two households. So I was at my dad's house at times, and I was at my mother's house. And during the times I was at my dad's house, I would be with her. And the things that we experienced, and I'm going to scratch the surface, I'm not going to dig real deep into that. But the things that I've experienced with her, and like, even if she didn't know, and the things she experienced and I didn't know, we talked about that. And we talked about it so we can free ourselves. So it's important to revisit those childhood traumas so you can grow. And when you grow, you become a better version of you. And when you become a better version of you, you only inspire others to do the same.
Yes.
So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Listen, and we're going to do this stuff.
Yes.
So, you ready to be in a third world country? In a third world country. I mean,
so ready.
Pooping over a squatter?
Maybe.
having diarrhea. This is all stuff that's happened to me.
Right.
Are you ready to take bird baths daily? Like, and I'm not saying like not all third world country places people are privileged in third world countries, but there were times when I really was living with a local that I was doing stuff like locals. You ready for that? Because that's how I travel. You ready?
I'm ready. And the thing is I don't think she's doing it to even scare me. I think she is preparing. And the thing is you want to be prepared for everything. Because I'm just speaking for myself. I am used to living a certain type of way. And sometimes that way may be a little bit more luxurious than others. But you cannot live like that all the time. And it's not even always fulfilling all the time, you know? It's like, for me, I feel like I get the most fulfillment when I do things that I normally wouldn't do, you know? And it's a different experience. And I feel like sometimes, you know, to understand another culture, to understand struggle, to understand just different dynamics that happen in the world, you have to put yourself in it. You're never gonna know if you don't put yourself in a situation to know and find out and feel what it feels like to do it. So like me, I am not afraid of what may come. I'm just being as prepared as I can be and getting my mind, like she said, mentally preparing myself like, hey, there's gonna be some things you're gonna face that are not typical day in the life of Tanisha. You know,
day in the life of an American. You know, like there's privileges, even being a Black woman, that we have. That is not the same in different countries. You know, and it's like, even though we are privileged out here, there's a thin line. To homelessness. Okay, so anything and everything can be taken away from us just like that. And you have to live your life as humble as possible. And this experience itself is going to humble you. It's going to humble you. And it's not even just like things like using the squatter. Like, that's not even things. Like, I'm talking about taking 60-hour bus rides, you know, to save $100 because you don't got it.
Or backpacking.
Shoot,
keeping a backpack on your back. But the thing is, as I was telling you, I was like, I used to go camping, and I loved camping. I think being outdoor is just so much fun. If you haven't experienced, you definitely need to. But
Black people do go outdoors. Okay?
They do, okay? And I'm one of them, okay? She's one of them. So you met some people. But I feel like certain things like that could be uncomfortable for somebody having to carry a backpack on their back all the time when they want to look good or they want to show off their outfit.
Listen, you got your whole outfit on and you got dirt on your shoes. You know,
like, well, but I mean, like I said, we are experiencing. We are not just going to just be seen or to go post. We are actually going to experience, to challenge ourselves. And then come back and share these things with you all.
And during the journey, we're going to be sharing, you know? And we're going to be growing. That's what I'm excited about, the growth.
Yes.
Because within us, we're going to grow. We're going to have time. So I'm going to let y'all know when she's getting on my motherfucking nerves. And like, we might be, like, Tanisha getting on my nerves. But we're going to talk about it, you know? And you're going to hold us accountable. Yes. You're going to say, Jeneva, go talk to your cousin. All right?
Please. And me too.
Like, right?
We could both be stubborn, but
I don't want to be that sub person that be doing subs, you know? Like,
subliminal?
Yeah. And be like, she didn't share her water bottle today. And I'm thirsty. She didn't even offer. Because you know we can't drink the tap water out here.
Okay.
So, but it's going to be exciting. Wait till we get our visas and we're going to really be excited, okay?
Yes. Pray, you guys really pray for us. Like, that everything that's trying to knock us down right now, everything that's trying to get us so off our path, please pray for us, because these are the things, when you're getting ready to do something big, it seems like everything tries to come up against you and tries to say you're not going to do it. But we're doing this, and I'm speaking it, she's speaking it, we claiming it, it's ours.
Manifest.
It's ours.
Manifest.
You know?
And you know I talk about that all the time. Manifest everything you want.
Yes.
Speaking to the universe, tell God, whisper in God's ear, you got it. It is yours.
It is.
And you just got to put action. You can't assume that it's just going to happen.
Definitely.
Because you got to act towards it so it can work. And as you can see, we've been climbing walls and we haven't even went nowhere. We got a whole Shovel, not even
It's a
shovel.
process. It's a whole process.
Listen,
and you gotta be ready for everything that comes in that process. When you say you want something,
you gotta
just
make
be
it
ready
happen.
for what comes
Make
with
it
it.
happen.
Yes.
Hello, you gotta ride that way. Okay.
Right.
Oh. I can't wait to be over there. Shaka. Hey, we gonna be out there. Anyways, if you're in Ghana in December of 19, I'm over here skipping years. December of 2019, please let us know. Let's collab.
Yes.
Let's create.
Yes.
Let's love on each other.
Let's do that.
Let's just hug. I just love hugs. Hug me. Oh. Y'all, this is such a great episode. Thank you so much for joining me.
We're about to be doing
But thank you so much for being brave enough to come with me.
Yes.
Because people look at me like, Jeneva,
I did too. I did too. But like I said, we were supposed to do this. Everything that happened was leading us up until this point. So I'm excited.
We're here.
Yes.
And we're so excited to be transparent.
Yes.
And honest with you all about this experience and share it.
Yes.
We love you.
Love you.
And I hope you are having a phenomenal day filled with love, happiness, and reassurance. I'm sending you all of that. Kisses. Mwah. Bye.
So we're getting on the plane. First stop is San Francisco.